All right, y'all. We back with some McLoven.
So much of basketball is about having
Bro, he do
confidence.
this shit
In the
every
locker room
time.
before
You
the
know what?
first ever three-point
Scratch an
contest,
intro.
Larry Bird walks
We
in and
just going
says,
straight.
"So which one of you guys is going to come in second?" Man, that gets me every time.
It's the upcoming match against Barry's new team, y'all. He called us out. So he was about to bust our ass. It's time to
Let's take a moment now for
meet
the
up
Sprite
and
ice
give
cold
out the
keys to the
same treat.
game. Clark, looking at the Clippers, what do they need to do to secure a win?
It's not the same.
You need to watch how Marco Bellinelli gets going. He's a sniper from outside.
Chat,
So
did
you
he mention
better
that we
crowd
don't
it.
got
Get into him,
probably
or
also
he'll pick
don't
you
got
apart
Tony
from
Parker.
deep.
He right
And
there.
as for San Antonio, Clark, how
You
about
got the
them?
ball head
What do they
assassin.
need to keep in mind?
Oh,
Well,
but I don't
Marcus
need to
Camby
see
is someone they can't forget about. He's a rebounding machine.
Look
So
at
it's all
Bellinelli.
about boxing out on D and getting crafty on offense.
The Blurs,
Don't
I
allow
told
him
you.
to do what he does well. Make him do
Told you.
And it's the Spurs with the ball. Shorty at the controls.
That's your Jefferson. That's it.
Here's Gordon. Drops it in from 12 feet. Eric Gordon had a short but very productive college career. He hasn't missed a beat coming to the NBA.
Well, scorers typically have the easiest adjustment to the NBA, especially when you have the range that Eric Gordon has and the strength. And he's an improving ball handler, so no surprise that when he got the opportunity, he puts big numbers up.
And here is Howard, following the missed three by San Antonio. To Davis. Tinsley covering. The jump hook. And Davis can't get it to go. And it's the Spurs with the ball. They defeated the Hornets in their last game.
They did a lot of things right. An awful lot was done right, especially at the offensive end. I thought they did a nice job exploiting every possession. They were smart with the ball, and they really looked very fluid. Nothing was forced.
And the Clippers have possession following the bucket by the Spurs. Griffin. It's in. Here's Parker, coming off a stellar performance against New Orleans. Here's Bellinelli. Shorty corrals the miss inside. And the Clippers have possession. On this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season.
The first of four between these teams this season.
Here's Tinsley, averaging 8 points a game. Dumps it off.
Got a Tinsley on your team?
Here's Tinsley, kept alive. And here is Jefferson. Davis is there. From inside, Jefferson's shot is off. Four games, one team. That's a nice chunk of your schedule.
Exact same conference too, Kevin. So anytime you face a conference team, it's even more important and significant that you take them out.
That nigga just on the Hall of Fame injuries.
Good for the three-point play. Here's Tinsley.
I want to have a head now.
Bellinelli. Here's Parker. Dumps it off to end the run. Tinsley grabs the offensive rebound. Brantley backs him down. Jefferson lays it right in.
Way to distribute the basketball.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
From the floor, they were extremely effective. They got good shots, high-quality shots at the right time. They moved the ball, they moved themselves, and their offense looked like a well-oiled machine.
And the Clippers have possession. It's a three-point game. To the inside. Howard, that's good.
The defender couldn't get around the pick, and his help didn't show up in time. Nice play for the layup right there.
And here is Jefferson, defended by Gordon. For three, Bellinelli gets the bucket.
You've got to get to an open guy behind the arc, especially one with his shooting stroke.
Here's Shorty. buries the short-range jumper. He has 5.
That's too easy. The D's got to get to him about 8 feet further out.
Here's Bellinelli, hits the elbow jumper.
Kick it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Shorty. It's rebounded by Richard Jefferson. And here comes Parker. Over Davis. It's hauled in by Gordon. The Clippers with the slight lead.
Well, Kevin, what can you say? They've played terrific offensively. If I had to point out an area for improvement, it would be on the offensive glass.
And here we go, ready for some more good action in this second quarter. Here's Parker. He had 35 points last game out. Remember, when you're enjoying turkey with the family, catch that special Thanksgiving Day broadcast. The New Jersey Nets playing away from East Rutherford. They'll be playing the Los Angeles Clippers at the Staples Center. It all gets going at 7 o'clock Eastern.
You can count on it that both teams want to win.
Yep. He completes the three-point play. Here's Bellinelli. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Fuller. A missed 3. The Clippers in the lead. Lead pass to the paint. Howard, that's good.
Great assist on that basket. He's seeing the floor well, and he's making some beautiful passes.
To Parker. Here's Bellinelli. Kisses it off the glass and in. 11 points in the game.
Beautiful delivery with the bounce pass. He kept it away from the defense, which set up the shot perfectly.
The layup banked in by Shorty. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. And a quick look now at the best free throw shooting teams. Taking a look at the Clippers. They have the highest percentage in the league. Well coached.
This is one of the top free throw shooting teams in the league because they work at it. Believe me, they spend a lot of time working on their free throw shooting, and it shows up in game. That's why they're one of the league's best. Here's Tinsley.
Having a conversation. Continue having a conversation.
Parker.
Because you want to get me right up on time.
Oh, barely misses the shot, but he'll go to the line for 2.
You start and then you go.
Tony Parker, the thing that jumps out at you is his ability to score in the paint. But he's really added a nice jump shot to his repertoire as well. He can make threes. He doesn't like to shoot a lot of them, but the mid-range jump shot he possesses now makes him one of the premier scoring point guards in the league.
Now Gordon, averaging 6 points per contest. Five on the shot clock. Shorty. Oh, flushes it with the one-handed jam. He's got 12.
Oh, man, now that's nasty.
Remember, when you're enjoying turkey with the family, catch that special Thanksgiving Day broadcast. And the Sacramento Kings. They'll be playing host to the visiting Dallas Mavericks. The game gets going at 7 o'clock Eastern.
It'll be fun to watch.
On defense, the Clippers. 2:53 left in the second. Here's Gordon. Yes! And the foul. They get Jamal Tinsley. Good for the three-point play. Here's Parker. He's got 8, and it's a 6-point game. Here's Jefferson, nets it from the wing. Sweet touch by the 10th-year veteran out of Arizona. And here is Davis. Shorty. Shot no good. Well, the Spurs will take it the other way. Got a piece of it. Stolen away by Davis. The break is on. Shorty inside. And the basket by Gordon.
Nice feed inside. Sets his teammate up for the easy deuce.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Get on your nerves, man. And, you know, I'll say what I'm doing,
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at the Clippers. Right now they're off to a fast start. First place in the conference. And checking out San Antonio. 5 games behind.
What are you talking about?
Here's Parker. He's got 8. To Fuller. Left block. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Gallinari. No good. And the Clippers the other way now. To Gordon. Takes it up. 2 hands for safety. 9 points in the game so far.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
Jefferson. Here's Gallinari. To the middle. Ratliff backs in. Ratliff was parked down low and got hit with the 3-second call. Let's take a moment now to check out the top scorers around the league. And you look at Parker. 3rd in the league. He typically dominates out there. He can seemingly score at will.
With his unbelievable scoring ability, he is such a security blanket, not only for his teammates, but for his coaches. I mean, this is a guy that you can count on to produce night in and night out at a high level, because there's just not anything he can't do at the offensive end of the floor. It really makes the coach's job a lot easier. Just give him the ball and let him do his thing.
Here's Wallace. 8-point game. Ratliff is on him. Here's Gordon. Shot's good.
If they get down,
11 points in the game.
I like the job they're doing. A much better job of getting him involved in the offense here in the second quarter.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
That shit was funny. And look at that shit good.
Around the league, here we go. A recap from yesterday. The Timberwolves pick up a road win. New Orleans taking the loss there. Kings grab one on the road as the Rockets lose in Houston. Out at Staples Center, the Lakers take charge. Detroit taking the loss there. And back to the game we go. And the Clippers have possession following the score by Tony Parker.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
Leads him in. Blair lays it in. Sweet time to lead him to the rack. The Clippers in the lead.
Here, they'll want to hold for one shot.
Here's Shorty. Rebound by Tony Parker.
Looked like he had the angle. That's a bad miss that close to the goal. The Clippers have been on a scoring tear, Kevin.
Yeah, they've really been hot. And that concludes the first half. The score, 35-27. Now it's time for our T-Mobile halftime report. Well, let's check out the story of the stats. The Clippers have been getting some good looks, as you can see from their field goal percentage.
Well, Kevin, you gotta like their chances if they can keep clicking on offense like this.
Shorty has started off well.
To say the least, Kevin, he's been lighting up that scoreboard, and he's our top scorer.
All right, the second half should begin in just a moment. Here's Parker. He's got 10. Here's Tinsley, dumps it off. Down low, on the paint to Parker. Tinsley. 5 on the shot clock. Bellinelli. No luck on the three-point attempt. On offense, here are the Clippers. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Here's Parker after the miss from Josh Howard. To Ratliff. In close. It's rebounded by Canby.
Well, he doesn't have the softest touch. And with the D right in his face, that made all the difference.
The dump off to Barron. Here's Griffin. Connects on the baseline jumper.
You knew that one was good as soon as he released it. That's cash money.
San Antonio calls timeout. Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. Look at the Clippers, the most efficient team in the NBA in terms of scoring.
As a team, they really execute their offense, so guys know where they're going to get their shots from. And they make sure that guys shoot the shots they're most comfortable with. Ball movement, player movement, execution leads to high field goal percentage.
Here's Parker. He's got 10.
The defense was slow to set up there, and as a result, got burned.
About 3.5 minutes left in the third. Here's Kaman. Shorty leads the game in assists. Here's Tinsley. Bellinelli. Too much mustard on that one.
Well, the bad shooting continues for them to start this half.
Dumps it off. Here's Canby. Nails the easy jumper. Nice shot by the 15th-year veteran out of Massachusetts. And here comes Parker, averaging 32 points a game. Here's Bellinelli. Drops it in on the layup. He's got 13.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for him.
And so here are the Clippers. 9-point game. Six seconds to shoot. To Kaman. Harrington. It's in for 3.
These guys are putting on a clinic. They're playing with confidence, and their offense is really flowing.
Here's Tinsley. Dumps it off. Here's McCormick. Good from 11 feet out.
And that's great court vision, Kevin. Even when he was about to shoot, he was still able to spot the open man.
San Antonio on D, trailing by 10. Kaman's shot is good. Here's Tinsley.
It ain't the same without them having 10
1:43 left in the third quarter. Here's Bellinelli. Harrington's there. To the baseline from short range.
He's been getting after it offensively, but they're still trailing here. One guy can only do so much.
And the Clippers have possession. 10-point lead. Shorty connects. 14 points for him. Here's Tinsley. Here's Tinsley. Yes, from downtown.
Well, the D will live with that one. That's really not his range. So even though he bagged the 3, I figure they'll still let him shoot those.
Here's Shorty. Kaman slams it back in.
Plays like that tell you who's hungry and who wants it.
Here's Tinsley. He's got 6. To McCormick. drains the easy jumper.
He's not their go-to guy offensively normally, but when his number was called, he rose to the occasion.
Here's Davis. Off the mark with the 3 ball. San Antonio trailing here.
If they want to go 2 for 1, they'll have to speed it up.
Got a piece of it. Here's Parker. Dumps it off. Bellinelli cans the corner shot. 15 points in the game. Here's Los Angeles now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Barron. Here's Harrington. It falls short.
Not always consistent from mid-range. He just didn't have the right touch there.
Here's Bellinelli. Nails the buzzer beater.
Kevin, that's a timely three-pointer. You've got to keep it within reach going into the fourth. They can still come back.
Both teams continue to fill it up as we conclude the third. The score, 50-46. Shorty came to play. 14 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds.
Yeah, he's really impressed me with his playmaking, Kevin. He's not known as a premier passer, but you wouldn't know it from watching this game.
The fourth quarter about to get started here in what's been an entertaining game. Three quarters have been played, but the outcome remains undecided. Welcome, everyone, to the start of the fourth quarter. And the Clippers have possession. 4-point game. And here's Howard. Dumps it off. Barron. It's rebounded by Richard Jefferson.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here. Wow. It's been all offense all game. Everybody's got the hot hand.
Griffin defended by Jefferson. Baseline jumper. Count the baseline J. They increase their lead to 4.
He's a streaky shooter, but when he gets it going, he can put points on the board in a real hurry.
The handoff to Parker. Leads him with the pass.
Well, he's playing a well-rounded game, and he's really helped them in a number of ways.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Remember, when you're enjoying turkey with the family, catch that special Thanksgiving Day broadcast. It's going to be Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder. They'll be hosting the Boston Celtics. Tip-off is set for 7 o'clock Eastern.
You know they're going to be extra hyped up for this one. Great pick there. The defender was stopped in his track, and it freed up the easy basket.
Here's Parker from close range. Flies in for the layup.
Yeah, both teams have ramped it up here in the second half.
Shortly covered by Parker. Davis in the paint. Cannot hit. The Spurs will take it the other way. Throws it up for the...
That should be absolutely illegal. They finally come back to tie it up. Let's see if they can pull ahead now.
And here's Howard. Bellinelli is covered. Shorty. That's good. Here's Parker. 14 points for him. Here's Jefferson. Josh Howard grabs the board.
That was a judgment call. He took a quick shot there, but I thought it was a pretty good look.
To the right wing. Howard.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
Jefferson down low. Working on Howard. The dump off to Rattler. To Parker. Here's Parker. Rips the cord.
He's on fire, Kevin. Just keep giving him the arm.
And so here are the Clippers. Griffin lays it in off the glass.
Good pick there to set up the layup. That's textbook offensive execution.
The Spurs will take a timeout. They're behind by 2. 1:57 left in the fourth. All right, Cheryl, what do you have?
Well, I got a moment to speak with Greg Popovich, coach of the Spurs. He wants them to get out in transition. They haven't been getting many fast break points, and he's trying to amp them up and get them running. Back to you, Kev.
Thanks, Cheryl. Tosses it up. Nice shot, but what an assist by Shorty. And he's got a double-double.
Now that was pretty. Pretty as a picture. He put it up there in just the right spot for the easy finish.
Here's Bellinelli, and that is good.
He's just so clutch. Here's a guy you want on your side with the game on the line, Kevin.
Him is in at center.
I'm at Tay House. Oh my God.
And here is Davis, averaging 12 points a game. Shorty. Griffin gets in close, cannot hit. Now San Antonio the other way. Here's Parker. Over Howard. And that one's good. Parker.
They say the mid-range game is becoming a lost art in the NBA, but you certainly couldn't tell it from watching that play. What a sweet stroke.
And the Clippers have possession. Griffin defended by Jefferson from short range. The Spurs, with time running low, they have a chance to take the lead. Less than 1 minute left. Here's Jefferson, tipped. Good D by Howard. Big possession, the crowd on the edge of their seats.
Yo, like shit, by time.
Shorty down low.
Big time basket in the clutch, Kevin.
The Spurs call timeout here and take their last 22nd timeout. They trail by 2. 29 seconds left to the fourth. Clark, what are your thoughts?
Jefferson is such a great scorer for this team, and he's made a reputation on being able to make big shots late in games. So I gotta think they're coming to him for this play.
Here's Parker. 18 points for him. 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Parker gets the bucket.
He's not normally a prolific scorer, but he's giving them a big lift in this one.
And the Clippers have possession. Here's Shorty. Time expires, and we're going to overtime.
Dang, and I just missed the buzzer beater, man.
Okay, both teams getting ready. They'll jump it off
All
in
right,
just a
I
minute.
gotta lock
Mitchell
in.
will come off the floor.
Going into overtime with these niggas posting on.
Griffin. That's good.
Oh, what a great look to get it inside. That's the way to find him when he's ready to score.
All right,
San Antonio trailing here to Parker. To the baseline. To the elbow. Here's Jefferson. Nice job on the assist by Parker. And he's got a double-double. It's all tied. Davis. That's good.
Even though it was early in the shot clock, that's an opportunity you can't pass up, Kevin.
There you go, Steve.
Here comes Parker. 20 points for him. To Jefferson. Rentley from the paint. Kept alive. Hangs in the air. Graceful finish.
What an acrobatic finish. I love the dunk, but you got to give it up for that kind of layup.
And here is Davis. He has 6.
Just don't ever make it out here.
The intensity level has really picked up here in the second half.
Coach Popovich signals for a timeout. They're losing by 2. 1:51 left in overtime.
Oh my.
Here's Tinsley. He's got 8. Brantley poked away. The steal by the Clippers.
Stifling defensive pressure. That's a clutch play.
Here's Gordon. Shot's good.
Yeah, both teams have ramped it up here in the second half.
A tight game here in San Antonio. Jefferson. That's good. And the Clippers have possession. They've held a 12-point lead early. To Griffin. Jefferson is right there. 8 feet out. Jamal Tinsley with the rebound. And here comes Parker. The 10-footer. Parker's shot is off.
This is one of the key reasons why they're losing. You have to get more production out of your core star players.
The Clippers in the lead. Now Gordon. He's got 15. The handoff to number 8. Leads him in. Here's Griffin. That's good.
Easy look in the paint. The defense got abused there.
The Spurs need every bucket to have a chance. Here's Tinsley. On the mark with the triple.
I'm really surprised he took that shot. And even more surprised that it found its mark.
And so here are the Clippers. They lead by 1. 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
They got a foul to give here if they need it.
The Spurs will call a full timeout. They're down by 3. 21 seconds left in overtime. Clark, what's your take?
Well, they certainly can go for 3 here, or they can try to score 2, foul, and then hope for missed free throws. But I really think they should take the first available shot.
Can't complete the 3-point play, and it's still a 1-point game. The Spurs will go for the intentional foul. They still got to foul them a second time to get into the penalty and send them to the strike.
That's exactly what they need to do to stretch out this game. Smart foul there.
The Spurs commit the intentional foul, and they'll try to extend the game.
That's the right move. Stop the clock and hope they make a mistake you can take advantage of.
Gets the first. That'll put it up by 2. Perfect from the line, and it's a 3-point ball game.
Taking full advantage of the charity stripe here. Stretching that margin to 3.
Here's Tinsley. 11 points in the game. Brantley backs down. Parker. No good on his bed to send it to another overtime. The Clippers win the hard-fought game as they outlast the Spurs 76-73. For his solid performance, Shorty is the Jordan Brand player of the game.
Yeah, he did an amazing job of seeing the play ahead of time and setting up his teammates with good looks. Great performance.
20 points, 14 assists, 4 rebounds.
Well, that's it for us. On behalf of Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for tuning in to NBA Basketball on 2K Sports.
Are you ready for your glowing review? First off, you were very selective on your shots out there. That kind of patience impresses me. The important thing to remember is not to lose your focus. When that happens, you'll begin to force bad shots. Another thing I was impressed with was your ball distribution. Good, solid passing is the core to a fluid offense. There really isn't much else I can say that hasn't already been said.
said something like I can't. What about in their rooms?
Now let's check out the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. Clark, looking at the Clippers, what do they need to do to secure a win? Here's Conley, coming off a solid outing against Washington. And here is Mayo. Davis is there.
Way to distribute the basketball.
Al Gordon turned in an outstanding game against San Antonio. Dumps it off. Shorty. The shot is off. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. This is their second game playing the Clippers this season.
Well, free throw shooting cost them the last game between these two. Free throws are supposed to be free, Kevin. That's why they call them that. They're giving them to you, but you've got to take them and make them count.
There's really no excuse. I don't know how many times we've seen it, especially when, Clark, it's time for the playoffs. The winners usually make their free throws.
It's elementary, Watson. Make your free throws when you get them. Everyone needs to take their time, get into their routine, and fundamentally execute the free throw shot.
It's Kevin, not Watson.
Okay, well, Kevin Watson.
Hey, I like it. Okay. Here's Conley following the basket by Josh Howard. Here's Mayo. Good D on that shot. On defense, Memphis. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
One thing you started to see shape up was how... Whoa! Fantastic pass to set the alley-oop jam up there. You gotta love that.
And here is Mayo. Davis is on. Here's Conley from close range. Finishes with the soft touch. He has 5.
You know, Mike Conley has a lot going for him. His dad was an Olympic track star, so he gets speed and quickness from that DNA. And he's also an Ohio State Buckeye, the Ohio State University. So you know that's working in his favor. The quickness, the savvy, the smarts, all he needs to add is strength and a consistent perimeter jump shot, and I think he's an all-star potential.
Here's Conley following the miss by Griffin. Behind the arc, Griffin yanks it down inside.
Hey, who's watching him?
Howard trains it for 3.
They're not going to run that play very often, but hey, they'll take it. Way to notch that 3.
Here's Conley. The shot is off, and the Clippers the other way now. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
This was a great game all the way down to the end. They held in there to force the overtime, and I think came out really prepared to do battle post-regulation time.
Here's Griffin, buries the short-range jumper. Here's Conley. He had 15 points last outing. To Young, the 3. Eric Gordon grabs the board.
Tough break there, Kev. He found an opening on the floor and got a nice clear look. Just didn't convert.
Davis. Randolph grabs the board.
Ill-advised shot there. No question about it.
The turnover by Memphis. Making free throws a big key for any team. Let's see the best in the NBA. You take a look at the Clippers. They have the highest percentage in the league. Well coached.
This is one of the top free throw shooting teams in the league because they work at it. Believe me, they spend a lot of time working on their free throw shooting. And it shows up in games. That's why they're one of the league's best.
Both teams changing it up. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at the Clippers. Long way to go still in the season, but even so, they've got the top spot. And, of course, Memphis, 8 games out.
With this being the 3rd game in 4 days, you know the legs are just a tad weary. They don't have the same bounce. You're not quite as fresh. So that means mentally you have to be much more attentive and disciplined. How much better a look do you need? Good mid-range shooter. Should have been money in the bank.
Hit his leg. And it's being called a kickball. And here is Mayo. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Gasol backs in. The Grizzlies will hold on to it. Now Gasol dumps it off to Arthur. And the rebound goes to Marcus Camby. 35 seconds left in the first. Shorty guarded by Mayo. Here's Howard. Wallace grabs the rock. Picked away by Young.
He got caught napping. You've got to pay attention and protect the bid.
Here's Mayo. Kisses it off the glass and in. Shorty shoots it up. Misses the buzzer beater. The Clippers with the slight lead.
They've controlled the boards at both ends of the floor, and that's a big key. However, they've got to be more selective offensively. Shooting for...
And here is Mayo. Last game, 26 points. Remember, when you're enjoying turkey with the family, catch that special Thanksgiving Day broadcast. Charlotte Bobcats will be on the road. They head to Atlanta to play the Hawks at Phillips Arena. That one's scheduled for a tip-off at 7:30 Eastern.
It'll be fun to watch. That's a strong finish inside. That's where you want to work your magic, Kevin.
And here is Harrington. Davis in close, lays it right in. Nice bucket by the 12th-year veteran out of UCLA. So it's Memphis now.
Get a little bucket.
Trailing by 2. They host the Spurs after this one. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of... Here's Conley. He has 5. It's O.J. Mayo on the wing, defended by Gordon. Here's Palmer. Does not get the go-ahead bucket. The Clippers in the lead. Here's Shorty. Up high and down hard.
That was absurd. What a jam.
Memphis trailing here. Kim got caught sagging into the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. You look at the Clippers, the most efficient team in the NBA in terms of scoring.
As a team, they really execute their offense. So guys know where they're going to get their shots from. And they make sure that guys shoot the shots they're most comfortable with. Ball movement, player movement, execution leads to high field goal percentage.
Here's Conley, averaging 10 points per contest. Mayo off the mark with the 3 ball.
One of the ways where they've shown a definite edge, Kevin, has come on the glass today.
Gordon, right wing. A missed 3. Here comes Michael Conley. 5 points in the game. Here's Mayo. Off from 3-point land.
That was a judgment call. He took a quick shot there, but I thought it was a pretty good look.
The steal by the Grizzlies. Remember, when you're enjoying turkey with the family, catch that special Thanksgiving Day broadcast. It'll be Blake Griffin and the Los Angeles Clippers as the New Jersey Nets roll into town. The game gets going at 7 o'clock Eastern.
You can count on it that both teams want to win.
Yep. And so here are the Clippers following the score by Memphis. To Camby from short range. Graceful finish.
Well, it's almost impossible to miss when the D is playing that song.
So timeout called here, the first for Memphis. A moment to check out some results from around the league yesterday. A road win for the Memphis Grizzlies, so the Wizards drop that game. It's a road win for the Orlando Magic. Bucks can't get it done at the Bradley Center. The Clippers grab one on the road. The Spurs lose in San Antonio. And that's all we have for you right now. Okur, the screen. Here's Mayo. The shot is off. Now the Clippers take it the other way. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be the third game of this three-game road trip. And here is Howard. He has 7. Shorty buries the free throw line jumper.
Oh my God, chat. We just called us a body. Called us a body. Somebody, that what I tell you, that pump fake weekend shit, niggas be looking at me like, oh, you're done? But that spin move, though, tell you that spin move, cook this nigga. Hold on.
Not you jumping back too.
He stepped right. I'm sitting here like, oh, I sold McLoven. And I ain't want to pass out, you feel me, middle of the shot, and I launched that bit. So I said, fuck it, gotta see it through.
Gotta see it through.
But that was still clean, you feel me?
Yeah,
I finished.
It's clean, but it's the fact that you
He went exactly. I'm literally holding it bit to go back this way.
Animations, bro. I'm trying to.
How the hell I spin?
The ball in your left hand.
That's what I'm saying. I drop it, boom. Looking at it, knowing how that works. That's a spin, drop. Why wouldn't I, and I'm turning around to that way, step back, I'm left-handed, you feel me? So
yeah, why he stepped back to the left?
Why would I step? No, I step back with my right foot though. That don't make sense.
Yeah, left-handed people are right foot dominant. It's southpaw.
But see, that's the thing. I could do when I think of real life, I could easily do both. You feel me? Whether it's left or right, it just depends on.
Maybe it's just
a difficult shot.
That's what I'm saying. The animation
down his neck, so he faded away.
Maybe when I get my dribbling up, it'll unlock some better.
And here are the Grizzlies now. It's a 5-point game.
Some Kobe moves or Michael Jordan or some shit. I don't know what.
Here's Mayo.
I do the same.
Flanked off the front of the ring.
This is one of the key reasons why they're losing. You have to get more production out of your core star players.
And here is Davis. It's a 5-point game. And Okur pulls it down.
The only reason I feel like I did that shot was because I was holding the left analog far as hell, hoping I faded.
Here's Okur, hits the 15-footer.
His height is really an advantage on that medium-range jumper. He can just rise up and pop it right over the defenders and get a good shot every time.
Memphis on D. Shorty, guarded by Mayo. 13 feet out. Rebounded by Mehmet Okur. And here are the Grizzlies now.
They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry, Kevin.
Okur knocks down the open jumper. And here is Davis. Right now averaging 11 points a game. Griffith defended by Gasol. Here's Shorty, drops it in on the layup. He's got 6.
He came up big there against the much bigger opponent. Sweet play down low.
And here is Okur. And it's tied up.
Fantastic range for a big man, Kevin. He shoots the 3 better than most guards. Well, that was a closely contested first half.
Yeah, if the game keeps up like this, it could be a nail-biter. That's it for the first half. The score all tied at 19. Let's now go to studio with a T-Mobile halftime report. All right, welcome everyone. The second half of this 2K Sports NBA presentation getting underway. We've got quite a battle going on in this one. Here's Conley.
We only had 19 points in the game. We only had 19 points at the end of the first half.
Here's Conley.
Only had 19 points at the end of the first half.
Here's Palmer. It's rebounded by Canby.
You can't fault that shot since he was wide open, but he may have rushed it just a little bit.
Let's quickly go down to Cheryl Miller for an update.
Over the break, I spoke with the head coach of the Grizzlies. They are going to get an easy break on unless
I thought you said
Specifically, he wants them to do a better job on the board. He said we're getting out-muscled.
You only had 19 points after the half. You saying that like that's amazing? That's amazing.
That's the latest from courtside.
But you talking about the
Thank you,
team?
Cheryl.
Okay,
Here's
that's
Conley.
different.
Davis missing from long range.
19. Why you sound so sad?
5 points in the game.
The defense made the mistake of playing off him, and he drained it from deep.
Here's Shorty. Almost a 3-point opportunity. Instead, he'll go to the line for 2.
That's a no-brainer. You got to stop the
ass
Lakers.
niggas.
Make him earn his points from the line.
Spoke past niggas, not me.
And here are the Grizzlies now. 3-point lead. And here is Mayo, defended by Gordon. Here's Palmer. It's in for 3.
Nice dish to find the open man on the perimeter there.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Having an efficient 3-point attack, very tough to defend. Let's see some of the best. You look at the Grizzlies, a team that will light it up from outside. Top 5 in the NBA.
Multiple three-point shooters spaced out behind the three-point line. It's a nightmare for an opposing coach. I mean, these guys love the three-point shot, and they take full advantage of their outstanding shooters by using it a whole lot every game.
So it's Memphis now. Last chance unsuccessful for the Clippers. The handoff to Conley, to Gasol, takes it up, rips it down off the beautiful pass. They're in front, 36-28.
Memphis once we already beat these. That's so disrespectful.
Shorty, over by Conley. Feet out, and the basket by Gordon.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot. He's extremely deadly from there.
And here is Mayo.
Outstanding jump on the ball, Kevin. Great D leads to easy offense.
So it's Memphis now. 4-point game. Turk. Mayo leads the game in assists.
Over 50% from the field now after the early troubles. That's impressive. That's a pretty good turnaround.
Down low, here's Gordon. Stuffed it and grabs the rock. The one-man stop by Turk. Inside, here's Turk. Lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack. 6 points for him.
He isn't known for his soft touch at the rim, but he did a really nice job of laying it in with defenders lurking.
It's tipped, stolen by the Grizzlies.
To get back into this game, Kevin, they need to really...
Okay.
And the Clippers have possession. Shorty can't get the buzzer beater. We have just finished the third quarter, and it's a double-digit game. The score, 42-32. OJ. All right, the fourth quarter should begin momentarily. Now Gordon, right now averaging 7 points a game. Ball is inside. He's up against Gasol. Laid in softly off the glass. Here's Conley, 8-point game. To Mayo. Conley. Now Gasol, stolen away by the Clippers.
And Kev, that's only his first giveaway for the game.
Here's Howard. Randolph grabs the board. Memphis leading.
That's crazy.
It's stolen by Shorty. That's his second takeaway of the contest. Here's Gordon. Count it, and the foul. Camp is in at center. Good for the three-point play. He's done a great job, Clark, of controlling the ball.
Boy, he sure has, Kevin. I mean, focus and quality ball handling. Very impressive. He's really had a positive impact on his team with that kind of work.
And here's Mayo. He has 5. To the right corner.
He can't be stopped. He's having a party out there.
The Clippers trail. Shorty, good with the wide open shot.
The defense was slow to set up there, and as a result, got burned.
Here's Conley, blocked. Here's Los Angeles now. They've trailed by as many as 10 points. Griffin gets in close, puts it in for 2.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
And here are the Grizzlies now. 3-point lead. The alley-oop. Shot by Mayo is no good.
Oh, nice idea there. I think he lost his grip at the finish. They've really flipped the script here. Their hustle at both ends has got them back into this.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. All right, Cheryl, what do you have?
Well, guys, I had a chance to talk with the Grizzlies. He was saying, let's get it in the paint, guys. They can't handle us down low. We'll see if that's the case. Guys?
All right, Cheryl. And here is Mayo. Gasol inside. Here's Palmer. The 3 won't fall.
Not enough extension from the defense that time, Kevin. They're lucky he missed the 3.
And so here are the Clippers. A great fourth quarter. Just getting up 2 points. It's on D. It's a 1-point game.
You absolutely have to make the defense respect you there, Kevin. He was wide open and couldn't drill it.
It's 1-on-1. So it's Memphis now. Gasol kisses it off the glass and in.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
The Clippers will take a timeout. They're losing by 3. 2:28 left in the fourth. Mitchell will head to the bench. Camby with it. It's a close game here in Memphis. Here's Griffin. That's good.
Efficiency. That's what he's bringing to the team right here in the fourth quarter. Efficient execution.
Here's Conley. He has 7. From inside. A steal by Camby.
They certainly haven't been very good here in the quarter in regards to protecting the ball.
Dumps it off. Shorty. Kept alive to take the lead. Chokes on the layup.
Looked like he had the angle. That's a bad miss that close to the goal.
Here's Conley. No good from 3-point territory. Shorty. Deflected. Good D by Gasol. The Grizzlies still hold a narrow lead.
It's a nail biter, Kev. This one's coming right down to the wire. That's really a terrific look inside. Set him up beautifully.
The Clippers will call a full timeout. They're down by 3. 1:13 left in the game. Clark, what are your thoughts?
Gordon is a great scorer, and they should get him the rock. This late in the game, you want to get the ball to someone who shoots with confidence.
Al Gordon. He's got 5. Lob down low. Howard backs him down. Shoots from the post. Snatched up. To Howard. Off the pick. Misses it again.
Right now being held without a point in this quarter. Goose really struggling to find any kind of open looks.
The Grizzlies with an excellent chance to put the nail in the coffin. Clippers on D. So far in the fourth quarter, they belong just 6 points. The Clippers take a 20-second timeout. They trail by 5. 32 seconds left to the fourth. Mark, what do you think?
They need to get a quick bucket here. If there's more than 24 seconds left afterwards, they can try for a stop. If there's less, they'll have to foul.
Here's Camby. Count it. The rebound pays off.
Snares the offensive rebound, then sends it home.
Here's Conley. He has 7. The Clippers will go for the intentional foul. Him will come off the floor. And here are the Grizzlies with it. They've led by as much as 10. The Clippers commit the intentional foul, and they'll try to extend the game.
That's the right move. Stop the clock and hope they make a mistake you can take advantage of.
Sinks the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Can't connect on number 2. And the Clippers have possession, trailing by 4.
Time is getting short now. If they don't get some quick points, game over.
Here's Shorty from close range. Conley corrals the miss inside.
Kevin, he's been ice cold here in the second half. If he can't make his shot, he needs to drive or pass off the teammate.
The Clippers will foul to stop the clock.
Yep, they'll send them to the line and hope for some misses. That's their only hope right now.
Some bullshit.
Gets the first. That puts them up by 5. Kim will leave the floor. Off on the second. Gordon. The Grizzlies win the hard-fought game as they outlast the Clippers 52-47. O.J. Mayo is the Jordan Brand player. Time for us to say goodbye. For Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on...
There really isn't much I can critique you on following that performance. Of the shots you took, I would say the vast majority of them were good shots. There is no better way to put your team into a position to win than by taking smart shots. Additionally, I was impressed with all your assists. Good, solid passing is the core to a fluid offense. All in all, I really don't know what else to say. Keep it up.
You on the bench.
Let's take a moment to check out the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. Clark, looking at the Clippers, what do they need to do to secure a win?
They've definitely got to make sure Kevin Martin is game plan for it. He's not afraid of contact. He seeks it, in fact. He loves to get in there and be physical and does a great job working himself to the line. So defensively, you got to stay low, move your feet, chest him, and don't foul him. Make him earn tough shots.
And as we take a look at Dallas, what do you think the key will be going up against the Clippers?
Well, the one thing that's important, Kevin, when you're playing this team is to match their efficiency. The turnover story has really been important. Minimizing the turnovers, squeezing the orange. They've gotten much better in that area. As a result, they're more efficient. One thing you've got to try to do is disrupt their rhythm and flow. Make them uncomfortable. Try to force them into mistakes.
Camby with it after the missed 3 from Josh Howard.
Can score in all 59 seconds.
To Gordon, Griffin, and here is Davis. Let's go with the 3. Kidd grabs the board, and Dallas has possession. This is their second game playing the Clippers this season.
I really think this was a wake-up call. I mean, we saw them play way 2 laps.
Here's Kidd, averaging 6 points per contest. Capitalized on the offensive rebound.
You have to block this guy out, Kevin. He's just too active on the boards to be left alone.
Mavericks on D. It's a 5-point game. Davis, right wing. Griffin backs down. Kick out, perimeter. 5 on the shot clock. And it's Gordon missing. Now the Mavericks with it. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Kevin, it simply came down to bench production. I thought they brought baskets in at the right time. They helped out defensively. They gave them some good minutes at both ends of the floor. That's exactly what you expect and desire from your bench players.
Here's Shorty. Drops it in on the layup.
Finally able to get one down after starting off missing their first 3. That's definitely not the start they wanted.
Here's Kidd. To Martin. Here's Olich. Laid in softly off the glass. He has 6.
That's a good look. Very nice look.
Shorty. It's blocked. And we're going the other way. Nice play by Kidd. Here's Kidd on the mark from 16 feet out.
They're really doing a nice job, a really good job of getting everything they want in this quarter. Just good, solid basketball.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Here we get a moment to view the league's highest scoring teams. Look at the Mavericks, 4th in scoring and a fun team to watch.
They score the ball so well and so quickly because they play with great freedom. I mean, everybody is confident in each other. They know the coaches are giving them the green light. As long as it's a good shot, they're free to take it at any time. And that's how they play. Full throttle all the time with a lot of freedom.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at the Clippers. Right now they're off to a fast start. First place in the conference. And of course there's the Mavericks, 4.5 games behind.
Boy, still looking for their first win against this team. They've got to be extra motivated to try to get off the snide against these guys.
Here's Kidd. 5 points in the game. Dumps it off. Behind the arc, Martin with the bucket.
They've been dominant at both ends of the floor, so the early lead is no surprise.
Gordon to number 8. Can't put an end to the run.
When you settle for that kind of shot, that's a wasted possession. That is not a high percentage look.
Kept alive. Nowitzki buries the baseline J. We haven't seen a 7-footer like Dirk Nowitzki before. I don't know that we'll see one again. He sure is fun to watch now.
Yeah, he really is, Kevin. You know, you think about the numbers he puts up, his proficiency from the floor and from the foul line as a 7-footer. People knock him about maybe not coming up in the clutch on a regular basis, but he's been very productive and extremely consistent throughout his career. I think he's one of the true stars of the game and has been for the bulk of his career.
Here's Martin after the missed 3 from Josh Howard. Jacks up the triple, and that is good. He has 6.
They've been unstoppable. What a strong start.
1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Tipped. To Griffin. Left wing. Here's Davis. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. And here comes Martin. Here's Kidd. Misses the buzzer beater. The Mavericks got out to a good start.
Well, they're scoring with ease. They've definitely hit the ground running. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And the Clippers have possession, trailing by 17.
We started off the season so good. Now it's finna turn around.
Terry with it. 17-point game. To the corner. To Kidd. Leads him with the pass. Martin. No good. And Dallas the other way. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. They hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run.
Given his sorry shooting touch, you'd think he'd know better than to put that shot up. Well, there's another reminder.
Terry with it. Really played well against Milwaukee his last outing. Tried to convert on the alley-oop, but snatched away. Terry. And here's Marion for 3, and that one's good. And so here are the Clippers. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
I didn't think we saw a real strong outing defensively from them, Kevin. And very few teams can get away with winning maybe a handful of games, if that, relying solely on their offense. An outstanding pick there, and he still couldn't get the basket. Next time he gets a look that good, he's got to make it count.
Here's Martin. His last outing, 16 points for him.
Great assist on that basket. He's seeing the floor well, and he's making some beautiful passes.
Here's Shorty. Terry grabs the board.
Tough break there, Kev. He found an opening on the floor and got a nice clear look. Just didn't convert.
Leads him in. Flushes it with the one-handed jam. He's got 8.
They're showing no mercy. This lead just keeps on growing.
Came in a screen. Here's Shorty. Taken away by Martin.
The closer in you get, the more they'll reach in for the pilfer. You got to protect the rock.
Nice shot by Terry.
They're doing what they want to out there. That lead just keeps on growing.
Shorty. Oh, barely misses the shot, but he'll go to the line for 2. They get Jason Kidd.
Contact certainly altered that shot. The official was right on top of it.
He sinks the second. Here's Martin. 8 points for him. Remember, when you're enjoying turkey with the family, catch that special Thanksgiving Day broadcast. It'll be Kevin Garnett and the Boston Celtics. They'll play the Thunder at the Oklahoma City Arena. Tip-off time, 7 o'clock Eastern.
You can count on it. Despite his height, he's choosy with his dunks. But when he does, make way.
Here's Martin in close. They rule this one goaltending. Tough the shot. Quickly, let's check out the league leaders in assists. You take a look at Kidd, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists.
Simply put, he is a superlative dime dropper. He wants to set his teammates up so they can score. As a matter of fact, he gets more enjoyment out of an assist than he does out of a basket for himself. That's the kind of leadership you like. A guy who wants to make other people look good by scoring the ball.
Wallace inside, working on Martin. Here's Howard. Buries the short-range jumper. Nice bucket by the 8-year veteran out of Wake Forest. Martin on the mark with the triple. 13 points in the game.
He's looking to have a big game. He did a solid job in the first, but is building on that now here in the second.
That's good. And Dallas has possession. Olich inside. Harrington with the rebound. On offense, here are the Clippers. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. A look now as we get a chance to see the results from yesterday. A win by the Raptors at the Air Canada Center. A loss for the Atlanta Hawks. It's a road win for the Chicago Bulls as the Sacramento Kings lose. Out in New Jersey, the Nets pick up a win. The New York Knicks going down. And that'll do it for now. Here's Kidd. He has 5. 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Nowitzki. Buries the corner jumper. He's got 6.
Just put the ball in his hands, Kevin, and watch him go to work. He's going to make something good happen.
Here's Kaman. It's rebounded by Jason Kidd.
He can't believe that one didn't fall. Those are usually automatic. Man, this is ugly, Kevin.
Yeah, it's definitely been a one-sided game so far. And that concludes the first half. The score, 39-13. Let's now go to studio for the T-Mobile halftime report. Hello and welcome back. We're glad you're with us. The NBA so many times comes down to a game of runs, and we'll see if a run here will turn this thing around as we get underway. Here comes Davis, right now averaging 11 points a game. We see the Mavericks making some changes. And the Clippers have possession. Howard puts up the baby hook. Shot's good. He's got 8.
That's where you're going to get the high percentage look. Easy 2 there.
To Terry, the 3. Shot is off. And the Clippers the other way now. Here's Gordon. Lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
Here's Terry. Hits the quick shot.
Great pass into the lane. He'll take that one every time.
Out on the sideline, Cheryl had a chance to speak with Coach Rick Carla. Cheryl?
Hey, Kev, he said it could definitely be worse than having a nice lead going into the third quarter. They've been marksmen from beyond the arc. When your three-point shooting percentage is this high, it pushes the score up fast. His only concern is if they start to go crazy with the threes and start to cool off. We'll find out. Back to you, Kev.
Thanks, Cheryl. And here is Davis, following Jason Terry's 3. Dumps it off. Shorty on target with that J from the line. 7 points in the game.
And right now, their offense is really on track to start this half. I mean, everybody's in sync. The chemistry's good. The flow is good. They've hit their first 4 so far.
And the Clippers have possession following the miss by Jason Terry. Here's Gordon. Makes the long-distance connection.
This is an unbelievable start to this game. They're running their offense to perfection. Everything is right on target.
Here's Kidd. 5 points in the game. Fires the 3. Nice shot by Terry.
He's been a go-to guy for him here in the quarter. Doing an outstanding job putting the ball in the basket.
Here's Gordon. Answers right back with a 3 of his own.
He's not going to let anyone get the best of him. He'll trade threes with you all game.
And here's Marion. He's started by Howard. Kidd leads the game in assists.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
Howard. Campbell. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki.
It seems like they're winning all of the hustle plays, getting all of the 50-50 balls, and they have a big advantage on the glass.
Here's Kidd. Here's Barea. A missed 3. 1:48 left in the third. Here's Shorty from short range. Finishes with the soft touch. He's got 9. And you talk about hustle plays, it really does come down to wanting it more than your opponent, and we certainly saw it right there.
Yeah, Kevin, and it's showing up right there. It's very obvious.
And here is Davis following the miss by Jason Kidd. Shorty lays it right in.
Way to move it up court. That's a great pass.
Throws it up, deflects the pass. Nowitzki in the post, can be on him. And here's Marion.
Even though it was early in the shot clock, that's an opportunity you can't pass up, Kevin.
Here's Gordon. It's rebounded by Jason Kidd.
Shocking how wide open he was. Even more shocking that he couldn't sink it.
Kidd to the wing. To Terry. No good. And the Clippers the other way now. Canby the screen. Here's Davis. Off the screen. Gets the lay-in. Nice shot by the 12th-year veteran out of UCLA. 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Kidd drops it in from beyond the arc. 8 points for him.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
Here's Nowitzki. Can't get the buzzer beater. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've got a blowout in the making. It's 54-33. Jason Kidd came to play. And Dallas has possession. Down low. Here's Carroll. And it's off. Questionable decision-making there. Here comes Davis. To Mitchell. Connects from 13 feet out. And so here is Dallas. They have a 19-point lead. From the right block. Can't get it to go. And the Clippers the other way now.
Well, Kevin, they need to crash the boards effectively here.
Here's Davis. Tries to lay it in, but it doesn't go. It's been all Mavericks. Here's Buckner. Humphries. Connects from the high post. And so here are the Clippers. Here's Howard. Misses everything with the triple.
That was a judgment call. He took a quick shot there, but I thought it was a pretty good look.
Hill knocks it down from 19 feet. They're in front, 58-35. Here's Mitchell. Hands in the air. No good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Carroll kept alive. And Dallas turns it over. Remember, when you're enjoying turkey with the family, catch that special Thanksgiving Day broadcast. It'll be Carmelo Anthony and the Denver Nuggets as they make the trip to Utah to face the Jazz. Tip-off is set for 7 o'clock Eastern.
It'll be fun to watch.
And here is Davis. Shorty, covered by Martin. Drops it in from 12 feet.
He can't be stopped. He's having a party out there.
And so here is Dallas. Here's Humphries in close range. Graceful finish. And the Clippers have possession. Kaman inside, hits the jump hook.
He's not their go-to guy offensively normally, but when his number was called, he rose to the occasion.
Here's Martin, 13 points in the game. Open look. That's good.
No wasted opportunities for him. He's been as efficient as a heat pump.
Baseline.
Right there.
5 on the shot clock. Cayman inside. He's against Dampier. Here's Davis. No luck on the three-point attempt.
Right now, boy, they're playing strong on the glass. +8 in rebounding.
Stolen away. Here comes Davis. Cayman was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Dallas is just getting everything they want inside.
Points in the paint have been the story so far, and I don't think it's going to change unless this team starts defending with physicality, bodying up without fouling.
And so here is Dallas. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points, and they're not only getting it done on the glass, but on the scoreboard as well.
Well, you know, Kevin, when you make rebounding a focus and you control that area of the game, it makes it much easier to score. I mean, more rebounds, more shot attempts, more point opportunities.
And here is Davis to number 8. A quick shot. Buckner rips down the defensive board.
They got to have a little more patience on offense, Kevin. They're rushing.
Hugh Correa with the nice look.
Way to close out on opponent. Kevin, I think we're done here.
Here's Shorty. Gets in close. Lays it right in.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
And so here is Dallas. Humphreys. It's in.
Yeah, it's all but over now. They're doing whatever they want out there.
The Clippers call for a 20-second timeout. They're losing by 27. 39 seconds left in the game. Clark, what's your take?
They're going to talk strategy or perhaps what's on the dinner menu tonight, because this one is really about over. They have no chance of winning this game.
And the Clippers have possession. Al Gordon. Nice job on the assist by Shorty. And that gives him a double-double. It's been all Mavericks. Baseline. Here's Correa. Connects from in close.
Solid double-digit lead. Looks like now they'll just coast to the finish line. Less than a minute remaining now. Looks like this one's all but done, Kev.
Davis misses the trade. The Mavericks cruise to a win as they blow out the Clippers 70-43.
Bad, y'all.
Jason Kidd is the Jordan Brand player of the game and some solid numbers. Well, that's it for us. On behalf of Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for tuning in to NBA Basketball on 2.
Check it out. Your play had me on the edge of my seat all game long. Of the shots you took, I would say the vast majority of them were good shots. I've always stressed the importance of good shot selection. It's nice to see that you don't give away possessions with bad shots. Additionally, I was impressed with all your assists. Steve Nash makes his teammates look so good. I saw that instinct in you out there. There really isn't much else I can say that hasn't already been said.
All right, y'all. We started off on a little street. Now separately, we still against teams we already had beat. Gotta come back. Next time, face Brooklyn. not lose 3 in a row to hell.